Welcome back, one and all. A pretty quick affair after the first map. NiP able to take Ancient there. It was HOTU's pick, but NiP got it 16-4. They really are looking like the strong team that we were expecting them to be. The clear favorite coming into this one. HOTU, unfortunately, not really able to match up. Now we move into Mirage. Much more home territory for NiP at the moment. A great map for them in recent memory. So things looking very, very good for a quick cleanup here from NiP.
Yeah, the only real positive feels like HOTU did beat Big yesterday on this map in overtime, so we didn't see that game live. We were covering a different one here on the A stream, but we've got to assume they've got some options. We've got to assume that individually they must be comfortable on this map to beat a team the likes of Big, and maybe that can come to the forefront. Pushed around then. Aggressively into mid is Config, up connector, Case hits the deck, bomb is now exploding out of B, Swift steal, back of the bomb side, Nitsi also finds one as well, he's up short. Alexi's trying to frag him down. It doesn't work. And now, with one player in apartments and Config still in mid, NiP are not in a good position here. They need to group up with these guys.
Awkward little fight between Rez and the player in on site. Meanwhile, it's Swift Steel that finds the kill, but Rez was dead. Mizu coming in from behind. There was absolutely no way that he survives that. So just Config with a bomb to recover and 4 players to kill. He does have a sneaky little spot here. I don't think they're necessarily going to expect him. Might have just heard him now, though, as Nitsi on the P250 can't stop him just yet. But surely Config is not long for this world as he continues to take little tags. It'll be easier and easier for everybody to finish him off. And there you go. Gokushima on the angle will get him taken down as HOTU find the pistol. Nice start for them.
So the doctor ordered. No bomb plant either for NiP. Only one frag and Config as well, so it's a confidence boost for the HOTU squad. And it's still a force buy for NiP, so seen HOTU enough over this qualifier to know that they don't like forcing this sort of position. NiP are a more traditional approach of trying to break the money. Tech9's out. Eagle on Brollan. And Case is in a real rough spot here. Molly fades. Alexi can't get a good fight, but the trade is nice. And somehow Config all the way up into jungle. Thank God for HOTU's sake he wasn't looking that direction. And now the bomb plant does become a little bit tricky.
We'll see if they can find Swift Steel here. He's getting kind of adventurous. No, he's unable to fall. Nitsi finding a double there at the tail end as well. So second round for HOTU, no real sweat off their brow, just losing the one player. And it was only an MP9 player at that as well. So pretty solid stuff. Should be in for a third quite easily here as NiP will have to eco things out.
Good cleanup. If Config gets a frag there in jungle, that round looks so different. But unfortunately for Config, I think he was looking back towards connector as he went down. Can't really blame him. And it's going to be a very heavy eco for NiP. Few P250s in the mix. And Case has said, I got a nice spawn. I've got an SMG in hand. I'd love to farm, but only one. Got to be pretty happy with that if you're NiP so far.
Nearly a second, to be fair. Brollan creeping towards mid here with his P250. Gokushima got to be careful. You never know. Oh, there you go. There is a dink at range. There is a dink, but he returns one for his sins. And indeed, an easy double spray down for Nitsi here. So HOTU very quickly, very cleanly, moving up to 3 rounds. No real difficulty so far. See how things look, though, once NiP are getting those rifles into play.
Yeah. 3 kills, 3 rounds for NiP, and Case is looking at his teammates thinking, why me? Why would I die every round? This isn't fair. Guns out. NiP on the buy. Of course, it's their map pick. We know they're infinitely comfortable here on Mirage. Seems to be their one real home turf. Even up against the top teams in the world. And here's the call. 3 towards A. 2 ramp. 1 palace for NiP. Mid default on the others. Bomb is here on Config. And what's the next move? Let the mid players work. The A players prod first, and then the mid players react. That's how this sort of round of Mirage plays, is a bit of interplay between the 2 prongs on this T side.
Gokushima gonna open for a double. Okay. A heck of a way to kick things off. Config will find Swift Steal, but quickly dealt with. So just Alexi B all of a sudden. Where's this come from HOTU? Absolutely incredible defense so far. NiP have not had a single chance in any of these rounds, it feels like. Amazing stuff.
Do we need a pause from NiP? 1 kill per round. This one, it looked like, I think Goku was top stairs, and they started to work ramp and went straight into his scope. Perhaps they expected him not to be in the angle from the mid pressure, but yeah. This is not looking good for NiP. Need to get some traction, even if they can't win around like this. Get some frags, limit the money, because that's going to be out of control soon. Mizu doesn't miss a shot. And NiP already a man to the deficit.
Managed to find some space, but can't do anything with it. Rez will find a key frag there. Swift still going to be left blind. Has managed to find one while blinded, but traded out pretty quickly. There's still Mizu to deal with. They should be able to get a bomb plant, and well, Brollan has opened the round up itself. Molotov goes in. I think it is just deep enough to stop the bomb being planted for now. There's a gap on the smoke, though, and Brollan, he will capitalize, leaving it all onto Gokushima. As the bomb goes down. Things look pretty damn good here for the T side. Nice find from Gokushima onto the first head trick. With no armor. Has got to find this frag. Has got to keep it together. Certainly easier said than done. Flash comes around. Gokushima doesn't really know where to look. Doesn't have a lot of time. Head trick just trying to play around that fact. Get the positional advantage on him. And he will indeed get the drop. Massive round comes out from NiP. The pistol converted out of nowhere.
Couldn't have gone any better. Half by win for them. Brollan, massive triple kill. 5 kills, of course, for NiP in that round. They only had 4 in all the rounds before that. So they've already over doubled the kill count. That is nice in and of itself. And look what it's done to the money, actually, for HOTU. They didn't save any guns. Nitsi down 50 in the bang. Swift Steal 200. They lose this round, only 1-9 loss bonus. So buying the next is going to be a little bit tricky. Looks like we've had either a bad window smoke or a pre-molly out from Gokushima. I can only assume it's a pre-molly. Something of the sorts. And Config, second Delpan, super low. Nade's going to finish him off. Mid has been a disaster for NiP on these gun rounds.
Yeah, it is kind of wild. HOTU just able to put up a pretty conventional defense and find success with it. Not really having to go above and beyond or pull out anything too unorthodox. However, a nice touch and go play coming through from Rez and Head Trick will see off case. And now they're looking to boost up and find another frag here. Smoke going to dissipate. Oh, 4x3 for Swift Steal, I think. You may well have just spotted him on the mini-map. Someone might have called that for him because it does seem like he is somewhat savvy to the fact that a player's pushed through, but they're not really too sure of where Rez is at. He gets in behind. He takes down Nitsi. Swift Steal finds Alexi B, though, so the man advantage is retained here. And Head Trick's got to find this player off down below. A difficult angle for the AWP to deal with. And you see why. That's the bomb drop with only 30 seconds. There's not a chance for Rez.
No time. No time. Even with the time, there's probably too much to ask for. Does drop the AWP in Gokushima. But he gets the call that this is not going to be possible. We grab onto that one. Brollan and Alexi will be able to buy. And actually now, even that's in question. Wow, this is HOTU played one round, which they made one mistake, which was give those kills to Brollan. That's it in this half. It's been flawless.
Timeout coming in. I think rightfully so here from NiP. They are really starting to struggle now, I think. HOTU have got their number, absolutely, and looking fantastic while doing so. Very confident, not shaken by the previous result. Really going to make NiP work for it here on Mirage, it would seem.
I guess the pause is also just to sort out this buy because it was right on the brink. They'd choose to go in for a half. Brollan, Rez, and Lexi will be able to buy a little bit. There goes that hero AK on Alexi. Would we prefer to see this on a config of the world? Maybe Brollan? Could be used better elsewhere, I think.
Yeah, perhaps. It always seems to be the case, doesn't it? You know, we never really know. Zeus was like taking guns off Simple and stuff. It's like, it's a bit weird. And there goes Alexi B, not going to do anything with the AK at all. Brollan will manage to trade out. Still the AWP towards CT.
Ooh.
Oh, they come close on the spam. Forcing a bit of a peek from the AWP. Rez, meanwhile, takes out Mizu 3 versus 3. Recovered rifles here across the board for that T side. They are as yet to get the bomb down. Great catch from Brollan coming in. And again, when the individuals are allowed to sing, when the individuals are allowed to take over a round, they look so damn good. It's another half-by wacky pistol round that looks set to go the way of the T side. We'll see. Key frag, and it's Rez to win it. Gokushima on the AWP, then the only one left. They can plant away from him. They can plant pretty safe here. He's going to try and close the gap as that bomb goes down. Spots one towards stairs. Can't get the quick scope. Up close. Finds the no scope. Runs out of ammo. Oh, he comes so close onto Rez. But he can't get it done. And NiP will find their second.
Another half-by win for NiP. It's the only thing holding them in this half. And this run is a lot more potent because HOTU didn't have the money. They don't have the reserves. Oh, what a nightmare round for HOTU. They made a big mistake there, didn't they? To the smoke out of CT, fair enough. Do that on a gun round, do that on a regular round. But on that round, NiP had no nades. They had pistols. There was no chance of a bomb plant if HOTU don't themselves cut up the sight lines. And that's a bit of a disaster. Now they're just on a mega low eco. Look at this, 1 P250. NiP are probing the entire map. They get any inkling there's players on A and nothing really on B, it'll be the easiest call of their lives to send the bomb over.
Yeah, they're on the way. Should be an easy run of things here. Head Trick going to be the first one to open up. Break that silence. Bomb's on the way as Config starts to clear out that B bomb site. A little bit of help from Rez as well. They will discover that there's nothing hanging around here, and indeed, it will be an easy cleanup here for NiP. So, a gap close opportunity, one more rifle round should give them the space that they need to even things up. So far, so good for the NiP side of things. HOTU, though, still got a pretty hefty lead if they can work with this.
I think Config there was looking at Rez saying, why are you shooting at me? And he didn't realize there's a person close left. That was good. Alright. Guns will be back out soon. And I think it is important to remember that NiP have not looked good on the gun rounds yet. So I'm still yet to be totally convinced by this T side NiP's presented. I think mid, in particular, maybe they need to change the pacing because their early mid takes, they're just getting ruined by the utility. So, something's got to give. Something's got to give.
All right, here we go. Important round here in the course of this first half. NiP. Gotta stop phoning it in. Gotta really turn things up here for their T side. And it seems like going back towards middle. Indeed, as you said, change up of the pace, change up of the resources. A lot more energy in towards mid here than we've seen in some of the earlier rounds. And so far, they've got the space at the very least. No frags as yet. Brollan to find Gokushima going digging in Palace. Then messes up his Molotov ever so slightly. But, you know, that's all good. We're all here for it. Case going to catch Head Trick. As they get cheeky on short together. Config around the smoke here. Swift Steel on the other side of it. Case going to find Rez as well. Nearly in for another one. Config through the smoke finds his frag. Brollan's picked up Mizu. And it's all fallen apart very quickly for HOTU after Case's heroics.
Thought they're just pushing every avenue. Had the A aggression in Palace and Ramp. Brollan kills both. And then, of course, mid. Let a couple kills for Case. But overall, Jules in the end went the way of NiP. It's just Nitzy here. MP9 does have a kit, I guess. There should be a good rifle on the ground around him. Some of there's probably an AK under window. And maybe you should think about saving this. Bomb is being planted. Does kill Config. Quite a few players will go for this. Give us something, Nitzy. Come on. Give us some entertainment.
He's on it. He's thinking about it. Flash comes over the top. Certainly can find all the opportunity here. Will be spotted out, though, towards the stairs area. Just play the time is what NiP are going for. Not going to give him the fights that he so desires, indeed. So will have to back away. Brollan even catched him in the back of the head for good measure. The even up here is on the way for NiP as gokushima and the boys have got no cash. And there will be a timeout here from HOTU as well to work it out and try and stem the bleeding as best they can.
It's amazing how fast this half has slipped, isn't it? That's the power of winning on those ecos and those force buys. It's just such an economic disbalance. Just completely changes the course of the game. This one's going to be a pretty heavy eco. By a little bit of your HOTU here. Let's have a look. Piece 50 on Case. I'd love a flashbang. Help them work together. And I guess one trend, of course, from game one that we can pick up again is NiP do need to clean up those anti-ecos. Especially in this game where they've been given lifelines. It's now their turn to come good on it. Keep this as clean as possible. 5A for HOTU. Really heavy stack. And Brollan, he knows it's an eco. And you can see he's being relatively cautious. He knows the player's probably fallen out now. And coming to his teammates saying, pistol players on A. Maybe plot somewhere else.
Looking to push in and get a bit cheeky. Rez holding, but he does need to be careful. Nearly gets timed on there. Mizu not around to trade cleanly, unfortunately. Smoke goes down. Flashes to back up. What is the move here? They're moving in towards this stack tape bomb site, so it's going to be a bit scary. Not able to drop gokushima, but a clean one from Alexi onto Swift Steel there. Now leaving his namesake the only one remaining, because he kind of backed off from the fight, having been left on 16 HP. So, not a chance. I would be incredibly surprised if he even finds a frag from here. Looks like this one will be over nice and quick. Oh, he said it now, hasn't he? Oh, Config spins around to take him down, though. There you go.
Yeah.
NiP going to even things up.
And as clean as can be, and their money is out of control. Getting these rounds on the trot. Okay, important. It's already feeling like HOTU was playing to survive in this first half with how this is flipped. Pretty amazing that NiP's only won one gun round and we're even on rounds and HOTU's money is in the bin. That's the way Counter-Strike crumbles. Got to make good on all the rounds. And this time, a different default head trick. Early on B, no fights presented. But it's okay. I'm going to mid a little bit later. If anything, it might be an advantage because HOTU have dumped so many. They're damaging utility already. And look at this. Alexi collects the AWP and gokushima and lower. Swift still trying to fight off Catwalk. And this mid-engagement has not worked out whatsoever from HOTU. And you can just feel it, Scrib. They're just taking fights one at a time. Where's the team play?
Yep. started to crumble from the HOTU side of things. It was looking really good in the early stages, but NiP, once again, similar, very, very similar to Ancient. Kind of a slow start. Much slower here on Mirage, it has to be said. It was kind of 2 or 3 rounds on Ancient, but here on Mirage, we've had, you know, more like 5 or 6. But once they've gotten into it, they've started to absolutely dominate, and HOTU are really not standing a chance here once again.
The HOTU playstyle is predicated on winning straight-up duels. I feel like... I don't know, I assume Gokushima was looking into underpass there, but I feel like he should have killed Alexi. I don't know if he missed a bullet. The other guys were just so eager to try and trade back and make an even scenario. So that round crumbled. This time, B split on the cards for NiP. There are a few players here on Catwalk. There's one up in the ladder, and there's a few guys to deal with. Config traded. Surely with this many numbers, it works out in the end. 3-on-2 now. Make it a 3-on-1. Gets a little hectic in mid, but NiP really don't care. They've got easily the money here to buy out for the remainder of this half. It's just about getting this bomb down, winning the round, and perhaps even denying an AK save as well for the CT player.
Yeah, Mizu's going to be after it, looking pretty hungry for a frag, hungry for an opportunity. Alexi B, though, somewhat of an off angle. It's quite hard to clear, and Mizu will go down to it. So there you go. Makes a lot of sense. 7th round coming through. Another timeout to be used here by HOTU, trying to recover this first half as best they possibly can. And pretty important round coming up, of course, on the full buy here. So hopefully they can keep it together and keep things competitive. NiP are steamrolling ahead straight towards that 10-5 by the looks of it.
Yeah, it'll be 3 buy rounds, whatever happens here for NiP. So, yeah, up against it now. HOTU, if they lose any of these and put on pistols, it's this half goes very south very fast. Which is a shame because they did play some excellent gun rounds early on. We're still early doors, but if they lose this series, especially here on Mirage, we're going to look at those couple of anti-eco, anti-force buys and ask, what if we converted those? What if we got up to 8, 9, 10 rounds on the CT side? It could be different. They need to block that out right now. 1 round at a time, and yeah, it doesn't even bear thinking about if they lose this round and get put on pistols again, because that would just be a nightmare half.
Alrighty, let's see. Timeout has to pay off for HOTU, as NiP are really starting to look worrisome here. Oh, head trick. What a find. What a snipe onto Nitsi. Absolutely wonderful stuff. 5 versus 4 straight out of the gate, and HOTU again left on recovery mode.
Here we go. Mid take in, flashes, but it's only config out on his own. And head trick can't trade. Bomb is also a little exposed. And this is looking a lot better for HOTU. Is that bomb in the cubby? I don't think they've seen it. The CT players. Nonetheless, look at all the time that's wasting here for NiP. They're so cautious about getting this bomb back. It's going to be 30 seconds before they're even in a position to make a move.
So, Rez is down below. Looks like the rest of the team is going to join him. So, trying to find a way in via middle. Not checking the angles at all. Case is able to get away as well. Oh, and find himself another one. Alexi B will trade him out, but kind of feels too little too late. 10 seconds, mollied off twice. He's going to try and move through the Molotov, but it's just so much damage all at once, especially when Mizu peeks him. So there you go, HOTU. They needed a round, and they will indeed get one.
Good stuff. Mid aggression clearly working. In that 3-on-4 NiP, if they'd chosen to go B, there was only one guy there. They went the worst possible way, and I don't entirely blame them for not checking the kind of the bricks angle there by the ladder room vent. It's quite an unlikely position. But here we go, NiP still of course on the buys. And the money still isn't good for HOTU, so they lose this. They're forced by in the final. The 15th will not be good at all. They want a chance at 8, sorry. They clearly have to win this round. Even 7 rounds would be almost impossible if they lose this. Rez with an opening, config with another. This round is crumbling, and it's just Nitzy on the B side of the map, and the Hounds are coming.
Oh, and he's moving away as well. He's very unsure of what's going on. He might be able to spot one out. It's actually going to be the AWPer that spots him. 4v2, an immediate save for HOTU, you would imagine, as NiP cleanly moving through to another one here and back to their kind of dominant ways. They switched it up. They moved towards B, an area that they've not really attacked very much so far in this game.
They need to save these rifles. They have to save these rifles. Oh, I can't hit the last bullet and config. I would love someone to throw these HE grenades over the wall because they really might find the kills. It's just Mizu. AWP in hand. Still about 10 seconds here, including the after round time. Hits the first head trick, though, to trade, and that is a nightmare from the CT side. Gokushima in case of money, but nobody else does. And, of course, they have to invest.
Pretty disastrous stuff, to be honest with you. Going to be a timeout coming through. It's actually more of a tech pause, it looks like, unfortunately.
I'm pretty nervous for HOTU going into the second half. I do kind of feel like, unless they play a very different brand of T-Counter-Strike to what we saw at the end on Ancient, it's going to be real scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a very difficult one for them moving forwards, but NiP... It's not quite as clean. Still losing a few rounds here or there, but you do have to bear in mind, again, it's been a half of 2 halves almost, where HOTU got off to a really strong start, found the pistol, found the opening rifle round, and that allowed them to string a few together. And then NiP since then, for the most part, have turned it around. I think we have had 8 rounds in 9 from them, I'm pretty sure. So... yeah. That's pretty impressive in and of itself, and they are obviously set to get one more here if they play their cards right.
Frightening stuff. Frightening stuff. Where is the other game out? Of course, we've got Big Domination concurrent with this one. That's over on the B stream. And Big... these games are basically carbon copies. That one's a 10-5 at the half on Big's map pick. This one looks reasonably likely to be a 9-6, given the buy here from HOTU. Swiftsteel commits in towards underpass at a nice spawn and gets in there. Nitzy's more aggressive towards the other end. But for the moment, Brollan not interested in testing. But Config has no idea. Brollan hasn't cleared under. Long range duel for Swiftsteel. Amazed he's done that much damage. But it doesn't matter. And now Brollan starts to clear. He's on a right eye angle with an AK in hand. You'd favour Brollan every day of the week to win this duel. Trapped is Nitzy. Has to smoke out. But with this nadage and... Alexiby's holding the exit. Rock in a hard place. What do you do if you're Nitzy?
Very difficult to kind of tell at this late stage of the round. A minute already gone. Where do you go from here? Alexiby with a timing peak will catch Nitzy off guard. Mizu and Gokushima, the holders towards B. Gokushima does manage to find one, but he's traded immediately. Mizu has to go nuclear. I think they will overlook him here. Default plant coming in. Peek into it a little slowly, not able to deny the bomb plant though. And so NiP can play their post plants. Play them cleanly. What a find from Mizu, all onto head trick on the AWP. Trying to isolate this first duel, but easier said than done. Does manage to get it done. Tech9 out, but he's not fast enough. And they will bring it as close as damn it. 8-7 at the turn of the half is a decent showing from HOTU in the end.
heart. And if I met you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I give you all of my heart. And if I met you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? 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 Your love. Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I'll give you all of my heart. And if I meet you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Would you give me all your love? Would you give me all your love? Could you give me all your love? Stay here this time. Show me a sign. You are always on my mind. Always on my. The stars align. Show me a sign. You are always on my mind. You're 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 always on my. You're always on my. You're always on my mind. Slow down.
Hello, one and all. Second half here of the second map between NiP and HOTU. Pretty damn close, to be fair. HOTU with a nice little turnaround towards the back end of that first half. So, credit where credit is due. They now move on to the T side, though. This is where they look very, very weak over on Ancient. NiP able to just run rings around them. We'll see whether that's going to be the trend once again.
What's the move? Very slow from HOTU. Now they explode out onto B. Alexi called upon. Res with him. Oh, the B stack is perfect from NiP. There's 4 here. And I don't know what you do if you're HOTU. Do you reroute? Do you try and go up connector? You've got to find some good duels. It's not going to happen. Oh, my lord. I don't know how Config's lost that. But even so, that's a slim window back into this round.
Yeah, very slim indeed, though, to be honest with you. The bomb is shaping up towards that B bomb site. It's really going to come down to the P250 of gokushima, and, you know, before I even get the words out, he goes down. Swift Steel quickly joins him. 4 players left alive on the pistol. NiP looking pretty damn confident there with their solid moves, as they will take a solid lead now, and of course going to look to convert that pistol. Denying the bomb plant away as well is a really big deal.
No investment. Full eco. 1 flashbang here on Swift Steel. Flashes in. Takes config up a little bit, but still these deep angles in towards windows should be good. Nade is nice from config, and NiP are actually really looking for these fights. And it's a little bit awkward, isn't it? Still though, 3 on 2. But players lost so far, and any more damage here is monstrous for HOTU.
Gokushima hoping there's a bit of a flank coming in that he can capitalize on, but not going to be the case. Rez takes him down easily enough, so there you are, NiP moving up to 10 rounds. Really clean stuff from them. They will look to continue the trend as it will be a buy to come through from HOTU, of course, as is their way. They like to get the rifle buys as early as possible. I think NiP will be ready for this fact. And if they can win this one, I mean, they'd be looking down the barrel of 12 rounds. Absolutely incredible scoreline to hit super early on into the second half. So HOTU got their work cut out in the first rifle.
Twister's going to go in front of this. Take the timing. Alexi B ready for it. Big engagement. Big engagement. If these NiP players commit to the fight in mid. Rez is aggressive and actually Conflict's going to stick around. Flashes. They want to take even more duels. At what point do they think better of this and get out? Because Case is going to come through under soon when the smoke fades. And I think he's actually going to commit to the mid setup. Which leaves B a little bit exposed. You can see Alexi B all the way back playing retake.
Nice fight from Config, getting aggressive off the back of the flash there from Headtrick. So NiP really confident on the CP side, not afraid to take the fights, not afraid to get aggressive. Looking very good indeed. Headtrick with a bit of assistance from the nade there will find the frag onto NiP. As Gokushima and Case are the only two remaining now with only 30 seconds to try and recover this round back. I don't know that it's really going to happen for them. They might even just concede it and try and save these AKs.
Oof. It's a nice kill, but as you said, there's time remaining. It's looking a little bit worse for wear. And now their money's out of balance. Teammates don't really... I mean, even a half buy on these guys is going to be quite a big investment. And it just feels like this game is slipping away from HOTU, doesn't it? What can they do to recover it?
Going to be a tough one for them, and I think the economy gets completely out of whack as well with the way that that previous round goes. Saving the two AKs, kind of need them to find something in this round. Few kills, maybe facilitate a bomb plant. Yeah, the game really starting to get away from them. Should quite easily be a 12th here, and Alexi B going to open up with some aggression. Headtrick finds NiP. All too easy right now for the NiP side of things. Wow.
Even if this round was out of the question, they needed some damage, didn't they? They need to keep this money in check. They needed to force NiP ecos down the line. And that does not look likely right now. 12-7. Money is all over the place because, of course, Gokushima and Case saved into the previous. And... wowzers. Yeah, they're just going to half buy. They're just going to half it. It's been so... it's going to be 3 rounds since they had a full investment. It's not looking good.
Pretty terrible stuff. They're going to look to try and keep it together, I suppose, on the HOTU side of things, and hopefully they can work well together here with the pistols, do something a bit competitive, you know, pull out one of those wild rounds out of nowhere. Would be a cool kind of story. He's up close and personal. LACB spotted him, trying to spray him through the smoke here. Not able to get it done. NiP, meanwhile, will find config towards middle. Not as bad result. Boost coming in. No scope misses. And maybe I was onto something. 5 versus 3 ensues here.
The openings were nice, but it's starting to fall apart. Rez is flanking A. He might have chosen the wrong direction. Gokushima surely goes down to Brollan in the end, but he strings it out. And all of this pressure does bring these B players into force. Alexi B is down. Rez kills gokushima, and surely now they realize it's B. And the retake is afoot. And I think if you're HOTU, this might be a must-win 2-on-2 to save the map. This is a big opportunity.
Certainly feels that way. Low HP for Case. Does have that armor, does have that AK. The Deagle has gone digging for information. A lot of info as well here from Swiftsteel. So they will have pretty much full confirmation that they're coming through from the market area. Quick kill onto Case, though. Leaves it all onto Swiftsteel with the Deagle. Planted for him. They're surely going to know where he is. Tap onto the bomb. Need that player with the kit to hold it. Deagle comes out. He tries to spam away. Not going to happen. It is awfully close. If he'd found the kill onto the diffuser, you never know what might have happened, but that's not the world that we are living in. We're living in NiP's world right now. Yet to drop a round in the second half.
And the damage is nice, but NiP have had so many clean rounds. I'm not sure it's going to make a difference. Oh, come on, HOTU. We know you've got some good Mirage in you. You took down big. That doesn't happen out of sheer luck or just individuals. There's got to be some basis to that. Brollan, though, eager to get aggressive, eager to end this early. Goes for a bit of a peek, but no fight in the end. He's going to duck out. HOTU spread the map. Just try and look for any avenue, any opening to get into this round.
Usually all that many that have been presenting themselves in NiP with a pretty aggressive mid stance to come through. HOTU, you can see, though, visibly quite timid. Nice find from Headtrick. Looking for a trade opportunity, but it's not there. And they fall right into the trap on the HOTU side of things. Working their way in towards mid just does not work out for them, and Nitsi will be up against 5.
Oh, one of those halves, isn't it? Where they just can't get anything going. What do you do if you're Nitty? You're just going to save? Money will be a bit out of balance, but the alternative isn't a lot better. He's going to sit in Palace and commit himself to his fate of just trying to save this gun. 14 for NiP is going to be on the board soon. And even saving this gun is going to be in question. Rez is coming from the side. Players coming in from T-spawn. Surely Nitty gets flanked. Indeed he does, so no saves. Oh, NiP are ever so close now. And yeah, for HOTU, they had a great day yesterday. But NiP in this sort of form is proving too hot to handle, isn't it?
Yeah, they're looking so strong right now. Really impressive stuff from them, I think. Maybe on one of the games yesterday, they could have caught NiP off, but it's just not happening here today. They've come in a lot warmer, a lot sort of, I don't know, chip on their shoulder kind of thing. Playing much more in your face, much more aggressively, and it does seem super, super effective. We didn't catch the games yesterday and the way that they went down, but I would imagine that perhaps timidity had something to do with it. So yeah, we shall see whether NiP can keep this flawless half going and continue to impress us here. HOTU has yet to put anything on the board. They do have a buy coming into this round. Pretty much perfect. They have a player on a Galil, but other than that, it is no excuse on the buy. No excuse on that for sure.
Seconds in, cannon volley down. Brollan, bit of a tricky position, but still gets 2. And there's no nades to deal with him up top. Rez comes through the smoke, and this is a decimation. Brollan hits the deck in the end. And actually, Config commits through the smoke alone. Well, it's looking a lot better than it was 10 seconds ago. That bomb still needs to be planted, and it's trapped on stairs. Getting this bomb planted now becomes very difficult.
Nice shot from Headtrick. going to become even harder now that there's only one of them remaining. And Nitzy doesn't really know where to look. Upgrades to an AK. It's actually only 11 bullets in that AK, which will make a difference when you're up against 3 players. A trick. Watching the line on the bomb. Will find himself another. As an easy 2K comes in at the end. 15-7. Flawless from NiP. And there is a timeout from HOTU, but may well be too little too late, my friends.
What are you even discussing this timeout? I guess you got to play this one round at a time. Going to look at this in the bigger picture for HOTU, honestly, just playing more rounds against a team of NiP's caliber is doing wonders for them as a team, and having more footage to review. I do think this comeback is probably out of the question. There's a lot of rounds to find, and NiP have a lot of cash. But, yeah, if you're HOTU, have a quick discussion. What round we're going to run, what default we're going to play into. Do we do a set play? And just try and play the best Counter-Strike you can. That's all you can do if you're in their position from here.
Feels like it may well be easier said than done in a series like this. NiP have played stellar Counter-Strike, played that top-level Counter-Strike that we know them for. It was missing yesterday, but it is definitely here today. Head trick will take a lot of damage to open up. Was looking for an early fight. Alexi Vito, once again, aggressive in the B apartments. He's been having a fantastic showing over there. Actually, the top fragger on the entire server right now. Flash comes round towards mid. Rez has an easy go of it against gokushima. Will lose his life on the way out, as does Config. So it's a 3 versus 3. A tag from the AWP. But not quite the bag. Bomb needs to be recovered. Oh, big fight to win against Brollan. Leaves that A bomb site very vulnerable indeed, and they're going to know it here on the HOTU side of things.
Safe plant. And NiP have the money to stick around here. They should definitely seek out frags, if not fully commit to this retake. Let's have a look. One in jungle. That is head trick. Lexi's a little bit of a way off. Looking for a mid flank. And I think the retake itself should already be done for here, but I'd love them to just stick around. Every kill would be massive. Keep them on Galils. Make them uncomfortable. But given the posturing, I think HOTU are going to keep all 3 of these players alive. Maybe actually as they move towards window, Hedrick can hear all of this. Nitzy down. 1 frag. I guess that's not too bad, but even so, 1 on the board. Good round from HOTU. Just a lot more work to do.
Yeah, not quite starting to believe just yet, are we? There is indeed a hell of a lot more to do here, but we'll see. 7 in a row. Yeah, give me a few more, and maybe I start to believe in the HOTU comeback. But right now, they're just sort of consolation rounds that aren't really worth an awful lot of anything. And with Alexi B opening up, actually switching up positions, playing over towards A here, which is kind of interesting. Maybe because of where Hedrick wanted to go with the AWP, it would seem. Nonetheless, he will find the opener. Hedrick. Again, another one over on the opposite side of the map. So, briefly a 5 versus 3. Mizu will go down to Config. However, Rez finding another simple stuff as he just peeks out towards middle. 4 versus 2 seems to be falling apart here for the HOTU boys.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you do. Rez is here. Hedrick is up on catwalk. They're just going to try and contact in. There's no smoke. He's got 1 flashbang, but it's not worth giving away the noise cube. Just walk in and pray you can kill Rez. Off angle from Hedrick as well on catwalk. First kill found. Absolute head poppers on those last 2. Beautiful fashion. And NiP, despite a couple rounds earlier in that first half, what more could they have done today? That was almost perfect Counter-Strike from them.
Yeah, Yeah, for sure. I think, like you say, kind of in the first half, they